Hello and welcome to our live commentary of the Hong Kong Masters 2022 final between Ronnie O'Sullivan, our current world champion, against Marco Fu, who is of course the home favourite, I'm sure, today. But anyway, thanks for joining us here on Let's Talk Sport. We'll give you updates throughout the match. And of course, looks like it'll be Ronnie O'Sullivan to make the break. So do get in touch on the live chat page. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from. We've also got a poll up asking who you think will win, Ronnie O'Sullivan or Marco Fu. So here we go then. It'll be Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. He's got the cue ball in between the brown and the yellow. Hits it to the left-hand side of the triangle and it comes back up to the top end of the table, just to the right of the green. Might have left of Marco Fu an opportunity here, maybe. But this is over 6,000 at least attending this final. So fantastic atmosphere and a massive venue for this grand final. So here we go, Marco Fu has got it back on the back line, goes into the pack of reds, brings it up to near the top corner pocket, it might go in, and it's the first foul of the day. 4 points for Ronnie O'Sullivan. You can see what he's trying to do, but that's the risk involved with these kind of shots. So still currently no balls potted, and it's Marco Fu who plays the cue ball onto the top cushion at the moment. But already a strategic start from both players. It's left with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Can't take your call right now.
Foul. On the offers. 4. One. Six.
Sorry for the inconsistent commentaries at the moment, folks. Just having to deal with something. But at the moment, it is currently 15 for Ronnie. He's been able to get rid of a couple of reds already. And, of course, a couple of fouls for Marco Fu, as you heard from the referee.
No. 13. Eighteen.
Remember, do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. We'd love to hear from you during this match.
Four. 25. 32. 33. 40.
Well, it looks as though Ronnie could be on his way to winning this opening frame. He's currently on 49, but there's still 98 remaining, but he's continuing from his form against... Oh, just as I say that, he's missed the black into the bottom left pocket. And that gives an opportunity for Marco Fu to get some points back in this opening frame.
One. 6. 7. 14. 15. 1.
So, anyway, O'Sullivan 70 ahead. He should be okay to win this opening frame. Oh, he's missed the red again. He had to... He was at the top of the table with his rest and was trying to play a red into the bottom left pocket. Instead, that red goes all the way to the top cushion because he couldn't get it into the pocket. So it's now with Marco Fu, who's playing a safety shot as he gets a bounce off the top cushion with the cue ball and hits the red down to the bottom half of the table. So all the reds are on the bottom half of the table. There's 5 reds left. And at the moment, Ronnie just plays a beautiful long putt.
1.
Fantastic long putt that was by Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Four. 5.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan potting the black into the bottom left pocket. He's just got 3 reds left of the table. He's on 82. The break's only 12 though, so no high break this time around in this opening frame. But of course, this is the best of 11, so there's not really much time to recover from it if you start to lose the early frames of this match. So Marco Fu has to remind himself of that. He had an enthralling battle against John Higgins yesterday in the semi-finals, which he actually got a 147 to win the match at 6-5. Absolutely incredible.
20. 26. 27. 32.
So Ronnie on at 104.
24.
Great start for the world champion. He's going to feel as though the arena's against him today, against the locals of Marco Fu. Just the brown left, the blue, pink and black. The brown just a bit off its spot in the D. Slots that into the top left pocket, and then the cue ball hits the right cushion. Just goes under the blue on the right hand side. Still goes for the middle left pocket. The cue ball goes around the top half of the table to come back to the bottom half.
46.
Not the best of angles against the pink. He should hopefully still get this, but you want a clean table, don't you? You want to get it all off the table to wrap up the frame. And he just gets that pink into the bottom left pocket.
Anything?
And he won't go for the black at the end. He just walks back to his seat. And as you can hear, the crowd's applauding Ronnie O'Sullivan's opening frame win there. So Ronnie O'Sullivan leads this final at 1-0. And the second frame to come in just a bit. Again, touch on the live chat page, folks. We'd love to hear from you. We did look at our poll earlier, and at the moment Ronnie O'Sullivan is 68% to win. Marco Fu at 32%. But it is great to see Marco Fu back in the big leagues. We haven't seen him at the top for a while. I think because of COVID-19 as well. He wasn't able to just go and travel like some of the snooker players could. Let's not forget Sean Murphy was one player that had to stay in Ireland for a good while because of the COVID restrictions at the time. It feels like a long time ago, all of that, when talking about it, but it was just over a year ago. We were still having sporting events having its restrictions. But here we are, a full house arena here in Hong Kong. Marco Fu hoping to bring it home for the crowd, while Ronnie O'Sullivan wants to get his season off to a flyer, who will be hoping to defend the World Championship when we go back to the Crucible in April. And if he wins that, he will have the record of 8 World Championships and would have finally beaten Stephen Hendry. I always get mixed up between Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry there. It's Steve Davis that has 6, Stephen Hendry with 7, Ronnie with 7. You do wonder if anyone else could get up to that height. Maybe Mark Selby. He's got 4 now. Is it 4? He won in 2014 against Ronnie for the first time. 2016, he won it on the same night as Leicester City winning the Premier League, and he's from Leicester as well. And also 2017, and we saw him win it last year. So yeah, 4 World Championships. I sometimes have to do that to remind myself how many someone has won in terms of achievements anyway. We'll just try and get the scoreboard up for you folks, because the scoreboard hasn't been working. Let me just refresh that page. We're just waiting for the second frame to begin. And we'll be back at the arena in just a bit. So there you go, the score's there for you. While both players are back in their seats, just waiting for the second frame to begin. There's a lot of Hong Kong fans with some really cool glaring signs up saying Ronnie O'Sullivan, the Rocket. It just shows how much they love Ronnie in this sport. I mean, imagine snooker without Ronnie O'Sullivan. But anyway, Marco Fu's about to begin the second frame for us. He's got the cue ball in between the brown and the yellow. And he strikes the triangular of reds. Hopefully this time he doesn't pot the cue ball, and he doesn't this time. Improvement for him there. And it's a good safety shot. He's placed it behind the green. There is a red out of the pack, though, towards the left-hand side, just above the pink as well. And Ronnie instead plays it safe. He hits it on the top of the red to bring it into the bottom cushion. Cue ball now just below the black. Not really any potable chances here for Marco Fu, so it is expected he'll play a safety shot. And he hits the red past the brown and the green, and then it lands itself to the right hand cushion. Ronnie has the cue ball next to the top left pocket, wearing his all black gear, the black waistcoat, black shirt, black trousers, black shoes, and his rocket sponsor on his waistcoat. And he just hits that red into the bottom cushion. So the cue ball now just below the yellow and the brown. The pack has opened up a little bit for Marco Fu. Cue ball comes back to the top of the table and replaces the brown in its middle spot in the D. Now Ronnie goes for that long pot red. He doesn't get it. Tried to go for the bottom right pocket. And as he left Marco Fu with anything, he might have done. And you can hear the crowds. They're rooting for Marco Fu here to get that frame back on Mr. Ronnie. And yep, he has left Marco Fu with a red here for the top right pocket. And there we go, first point of the frame. And he gets another one.
6.
He gets the red into the bottom left pocket.
7.
So he's currently on 7. I don't actually know this, but I think the referee, he's wearing a mask. I'd imagine there's still some restrictions in Asia, but I don't know if he's announcing the score or not. There must be a mic under him, because such a big arena, they've actually got a mic on him so everyone can hear him. This is how big the venue is. And of course, we'll talk about the Crucible in just a bit, but Marco Fu's just popped the black. So 7 points there to get him onto 14. Now the red into the bottom right pocket. But I just love it how in Hong Kong they applaud every shot they get. Just shows how big snooker has got in this area of the world. Now for the black again. Should slice on the right hand side into the left pocket. Does so. Brings it back to the right hand side of the bottom table, but could he have been a little bit better here with the red angle? Remember, folks, you can subscribe to Let's Talk Sport and follow our future streams, whether that's snooker, football, tennis, you name it. Now Fu, he pips that red into the middle right pocket. Always a tough angle, those. Table can be the devil. Now for the blue. Bottom, sorry, the middle left pocket. Now on to 28. You do feel that this could be quite the final.
28.
Now Marco Fu for the red, that's the furthest to the right, into the bottom right pocket. Nice straight shot right into that. Now in line with the black to go for the bottom left pocket. And he gets the black. But he's currently on a break of 36. Still 107 remaining. Nice soft pot on the red into the bottom left pocket again. So all the reds are pretty much next to each other where the pack was originally, but we got one red separated that's below the black. Be interested to see if he tries to approach that one at some point. Gets the black. Now, as he left himself with a red here, he's looking towards the ground, and he quickly has a breather, shakes his mouth around. I don't think he's happy with that shot, and to be honest with you, I'm no snooker expert, but that doesn't look like a good shot. He's got it in between three reds, just below the pink. There is a red that he could go for, but I'm just concerned that there's a red right next to the cue ball that would stop him from doing that.
Marco Fu, 44.
So now the cue ball's near the top left pocket. So he's going to go for... So Fu finished on 44. Now, according to our live chat page, it's disconnected. Let me just check that. Oh, now I can see the messages. Sorry about that. We'll read some of those messages out in between the frames in just a bit. We got Ronnie O'Sullivan getting at least 1 point so far. Nope, sorry, no, he didn't. I'm reading that wrong. I'm reading the frames there. And he does get that red on the bottom cushion. As in just make sure he doesn't play a foul. But Marco Fu's got a couple of reds to choose from there that he should be able to get into the bottom left pocket. It's going to be a tricky one, of course. You never know. You've got to get this shot right, because if it hits the cushion before the pocket, you're in trouble. And he just gets it in. It bounces in between the sides of that bottom left pocket. Now in line for the black. Could this be Marco Fu on his way to getting his first frame of the day? Pots the black. Interestingly, a stat that did surprise me is that Marco Fu has never lost to Ronnie O'Sullivan in a final. They've played one final together, and Marco Fu won that. So Ronnie O'Sullivan has actually never beaten Marco Fu in a final. But as you can see in our head-to-head on the left-hand side of your screen, Ronnie O'Sullivan has 18, Marco Fu has 9 wins. So Ronnie's still ahead. Marco Fu, nice pot on the red then to the bottom left pocket. Had to hit the top of the red to get that in, and it's brought the cue ball up to just above the blue on the left hand side. Blue in its original spot. 5 more points added as he slots that into the middle right pocket. So 58 ahead, still 83 remaining though.
14.
7 reds left. Going for this red now, just below the black to the right, and into the right pocket it goes.
15.
Yuk Leong says, love Fu. Nightcore Daycore Song says, honestly, Marco Fu is already really good because his place is out of 100 and he's competing with the #1 player. Marco has tried his best.
22.
I was going to say we're only in the second frame of the match. Let's not wish his match away. He might still win. You never know. He's on course to getting it level anyway. He's got another red. 67 ahead now with 74 remaining left on the table. Pots the blue. And I think the arena
28.
is clapping for Marco Fu, knowing that he's won this frame. Oh, he got a bit of a kiss there on the black that might not have helped him, but he should still be able to pot it. And Marco Fu pots another red.
37.
Now for the black. And he does pot that. 3 reds left on the table.
44.
He's on a break of 44. So you've got
45.
all the colours in its position apart from the brown. He's now going for the green into the top right pocket. It now rolls back towards just below the blue and just above the pink. There's a red to the left of the pink that he'll simply pot into the bottom left pocket. Just 1 red left then.
49.
Back spin of the cue ball for it to now go for the pink. And does he place it nicely on the cushion next to the red? I think so. Bit of a tight angle still, but
55.
let's see how he does. Oh, it just missed. It was always going to be tough, but he's won the frame. That's all that matters. And Marco Fu responds brilliantly after Ronnie O'Sullivan won the opening frame. So, 2 frames in, 1 each. So anyway, let's read some of your messages while we're in between the frames. Some of you are wondering how you can watch the match. It is on Eurosport, but if you haven't got access to that, this is live commentary of the match for free on YouTube. I'm just looking at the votes now. Ronnie O'Sullivan still ahead by quite the margin over Marco Fu of who will win this match. 69%. Marco Fu at 31%. I'm just going to look at the results that we had over the last few days at the Hong Kong Masters. We do have the Scottish Open qualifiers going on at the moment. They started today and they go on until the 14th of October, so that's this Friday. There are some live scores in that. So at the moment, Ricky Roldan, he's a local boy to me from Chester. He's 4-2 up against Ping Yesung. And I think that is the overall match done. I'm not sure if that was best of... I think that was best of 7. So he's through. Zangander beating Dwayne Jones from Wales 4-2. Mohamed Asif takes on Graham Dott later today. That's literally in about 20 minutes time actually. And then we got Himanshu Dinesh Jan from India taking on Jimmy White, the man that just never got that World Championship at the end. But yeah, those matches are going on at the moment. In terms of upcoming matches, there are some later on again today. Just trying to pick out. Ken Doherty plays. Oh, he plays Dominic Dale tomorrow afternoon. Ali Carter taking on David Grace tomorrow night. Ding Junhui up against Elliot Celessa. Anthony McGill against Ruyasi. Just shows how tough it can be to try and get into these tournaments. You've got to play some good players just to even get out of the qualifiers. Stephen Maguire plays Michael Judge on Friday. So yeah, qualifiers on all week. Very busy week in the world of snooker. Suman Subba says Ronnie the GOAT. And Kim Cooking Boy Tim says Ronnie is the Hong Kong champion. Well, he's currently 1-1 at the moment with with Marco Fu. And we're just about to get ready then for the third frame, and it's Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. Just like the last two frames, both players going for the left hand side of the pack. And you know what? He's done a spitting image of Marco Fu's break off from the last frame. It's behind the green and leaves a red on, but again, Marco Fu's doing what Ronnie did by hitting that red into the bottom cushion to bring it back up and then to place the cue ball right on the bottom cushion below the black. Ooh, and he nearly popped the cue ball in. Could have been a foul, but he avoids that and he leaves it right next to the top left pocket. But I think maybe Ronnie was understanding the risks involved there and he got the luck of the draw. Now with Marco Fu. Gets a kiss on the reds and brings it back up just to the left of the yellow, just below it. There's 3 reds out of the pack to the right hand side, but the camera angle showed me he could try and pot it from there, but instead Ronnie will bring it back to the top of the table. Sahar says Ronnie going to be a champion Hong Kong master. Now Marco Fu again, top cushion, goes for the red. And it is a great shot. Even when Ronnie came back to the table, he tapped the table with his cue. Goes for a red. Ooh, it's just below the yellow. Don't think there was much more Ronnie could have done there, really. Hits the red into the right cushion. Brings it above the green. Not a bad shot. It's going to be a long pot opportunity maybe for Ronnie here to go and hit the ball in between the brown and the green and to hit this far left red into the left bottom pocket. He's going to approach this. Can he get it? Oh, he hit it too hard. I think he just hit it too hard there. It's put the red into the top half of the table. That's how hard he hit it. Now, I don't know where the cue... Just waiting for the angle to come back for me, but I don't know where the cue ball is. Oh, there it is. It's the left-hand side of the bottom half. Maybe 1 or 2 reds for Marco Fu to choose from. Oh, he's going to slice it in. Lovely shot. Where's the cue ball going, though? I'd imagine he's going to go for the blue here. Hits the blue into the middle right pocket. I like this message here from Dean Note, I think it is. It says, the people of Hong Kong have had such a hard COVID time, they deserve their perfect final. The exiled local versus their snooker god. Yeah, well said. As I said earlier, the COVID restrictions in Asia have been a lot tougher than they have been in Europe, for example. And as I said, it's great to see Marco Fu in a final again. It's been a while since I've been able to see him play. I'm sure he's been doing a lot of practicing when not part of the circuit.
Twelve.
So Fu on 13. So you got the red scattered all over its little part of its bottom half of the table. The pink's well away from it. Now for this black on the bottom cushion into the bottom left pocket. Let's see what he does here. Oh, no, that was always going to be tough. And he has missed it. Maybe he thought too, maybe he didn't think enough about it. I think he hit it too hard, actually, looking at that replay. Nice straight pot into the middle right pocket for Ronnie. I'd imagine he'll go for this blue. It's above the blue on the right hand side of the table. Gets that into the middle left pocket. So he has the cue ball on the left hand side of the bottom half of the table. £100,000 is what's on offer today for whoever wins.
7.
And he brings the cue ball up to the table to go for either the green or the yellow. He favours the green in its normal spot on the right of the D. Smashes it into the top right pocket. Cue ball comes rolling back to the bottom half.
10.
Now you've got a red that you can go for here into the bottom left pocket, but it's part of a black-red sandwich, you could say. The black is in between two reds. Can he free up the black by potting this red? He does. He leaves the black on its own.
11.
The crowd enjoyed that. Just 2 behind on Marco Fu's score. It's only 13-11 in this frame, but one ball at a time.
$16. 17.
Now for the black. On its own, as I said, he separated it away from the reds.
24.
Leaves himself for this straight shot red into the bottom left pocket. Back spins it to hit the right cushion underneath the middle right pocket, and now in line just above the blue to try and pot this into the middle left. That rolls in. There's a red
30.
on its own there, just above 4 reds that are still together, just above the black. And he's going to go for this red. Pots that in.
31.
Now in line with the black to go for the bottom left pocket. That'll put him up to 38 if he pots this. Yep. It takes a kiss on the red there, but I think he's happy with that.
28.
Nicely pot.
39.
Now just above the blue in the middle. So 26 ahead, 74 remaining. And he gets that blue in no problem. Now there's a red just right next to the black that might cause him problems. He won't go for that red for now. There's no chance he'd be able to pot that. Instead he'll slice this red into the bottom right pocket
45.
and brings it back up above the blue. So it looks as though he's playing in between blue and reds at the moment. So another blue in his pocket.
50.
A couple of reds to choose from here for the bottom left. He gets the one that's a bit lower
51.
and actually taps the bottom cushion with the cue ball to now go for this black. And nicely lines up for the red just above that black. He just takes a step away for a moment. He's just looking around the table. It looks as though he's having to wait a moment because the referee, of course, has seen if he can put the black back in its spot with that red there. Should be able to. Yep. Yep, no problems there, referee. 45 ahead, 51 remaining, just 3 reds left. Simple
59.
pot there on the red, lines up with the black as well. Marco Fu knows it's going to take some beating to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan today. He's the best in the world when he can play like this. Now for that red, bottom right pocket, brings it up again above the blue. But could he actually, where he's placed that cue ball, he might go for the yellow instead. He goes for the brown. That goes into the top left pocket.
71.
Now for the final red on the table. Oh, he's hit it a bit too hard maybe there.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
But will Marco
71.
Fu
And
concede the
Ronnie
frame?
O'Sullivan.
I think he does, yes. Yes, he does. So Ronnie O'Sullivan back ahead in this Hong Kong Masters final. 2-1 for Ronnie O'Sullivan. But some great snooker already 3 frames in before we reach the hour mark of this match when it started at, well, my time, 12 p.m. But we've got one more frame, I think, before the mid-session interval. Let's see if there's any more messages on the live chat page. Gauntlet says, I hope Marco Fu wins. It would be great for him. Kim asking, what time does it start? So it started around 55 minutes ago. Not sure whereabouts you are in the world, Kim, but in the UK, it started at 12 p.m. Greg Livingston, a regular viewer on our channel, says hi. Hello, Greg. Hope you're well. And Bambi says hello with a love heart. Oh, hello, Bambi. Hope you're well. Dean Kanote says, thanks for your commentary, Jamie. No problem. Always a pleasure doing audio descriptive commentaries for you with the snooker whenever we can here on Let's Talk Sport. And if you are new to the channel, click that subscribe button and you'll be kept up to date of when our future streams come to the channel. Let's Talk Sport. It doesn't just do snooker. We also do football, a bit of tennis, a bit of Formula 1, MotoGP, whenever we can. And I'm pleased to announce that for any of you Welsh football fans out there, Let's Talk Sport has recently won the broadcast rights to give you live commentaries from the grounds at Welsh Premier League games. And we'll be hoping to start that off come Saturday, October 22nd, between Flint Town United and Airbus UK Button. So we'll keep you up to date on that in the next few weeks. Adele Ali says can't watch the match. I may not be able to not watch the match, but you can listen to what is happening in the match. For the next, saying thanks a lot as well, listening from Hong Kong, not from the stadium to confirm. I was going to say, were you able to get a ticket at all for the next, or was it sold out? Because it looks to be a bit of a sellout here in the arena. So if you've just joined us, it has just ended it. Sorry, not ended. It's 2-1 to Ronnie O'Sullivan. We're just waiting for the fourth frame to begin. Marco Fu, can he respond again? Alvin Tam asking if Marco Fu is playing well. In that first frame, he was kind of a devil to himself, really. He made two simple fouls early on in the frame, which just pretty much helped Ronnie O'Sullivan to win the opening frame. But I'd say, I mean, the second frame he played brilliantly. Very crucial frame, it felt. Because, as I said, this is the best of 11. So, first to 6 frames. It's not a long match. There's not always a lot of room to make mistakes for something like this. So, I think Marco Fu's playing well. He's doing what's needed. Ronnie O'Sullivan, though, he knows won't be an easy one to beat. Let's not forget, it was only last night Marco Fu got a 147 to beat John Higgins in yesterday's semi-final. From the next says, it was completely sold out. The website was blocked up when they started sales. I couldn't get a ticket. I think this is the thing. It's so Asia in snooker is so important. It's incredible how it has grown so quickly over there in the last few decades. Marco Fu just waving at some member in the crowd, it looks like. Might be his daughter, I'm not sure. There is a little girl waving to the cameras. But I'm sure, like myself, a lot of these people in this stadium hope that this goes all the way. So both players are back. So it will be Marco Fu to break. But there seems to be... Oh dear. Just seeing now, there's camera footage being shown of a glass smashed right in front of Ronnie's seat. I'm not sure what happened there. So, staff are just having to clean that up. And, of course, I think that was... Let's have a look at this now. They're just showing a replay, actually. Oh! So, Ronnie just simply smashed his glass by accident. It wasn't any anger or anything. Of course, he wouldn't be angry. He's 2-1 up in this match. But it's clear he just accidentally pushed the glass over. It smashed on the carpet. How did it smash? It looks like carpet. I've dropped glass on carpet and it never smashes. Maybe it's different. Well, either way, Ronnie hasn't got any water for this frame, but he's got a cup of tea, I think, that he can use for now. But anyway, here we go then, as you heard him from the referee, Marco Fu, to break off. Yet again, going towards the left-hand side of the triangle. So, Ronnie approaches the table for the first time in this frame. He's got a red. There's 3-4 reds separated from that pack from that break. Ronnie hits the red on the right-hand side. Oh, is he going to try and pot that? He sliced the right-hand side of the red, and it came towards the bottom left pocket, and it nearly went in. I thought he was trying to play it safe. Maybe he was, but it nearly went in. But he left the cue ball right on the top cushion, so not easy here for Fu. But can he get this in? Oh, yes, he can. Ronnie couldn't, but Marco Fu could. You could hear the claps around the arena. They enjoyed that one. And he's just going to play it safe behind the yellow. Very simple shot, but look what it does to Ronnie. He's going to have to rely on a couple of cushions here to get that cue ball into the reds and avoid giving points away. And he's hit the left cushion just above the middle pocket. Brings it into the reds. Is it a touching ball? I don't think it is. The referee... Oh, maybe it is. But Marco Fu could just simply tap it into the reds and bring it back to the top of the table. Puts it past the brown and the yellow. He's played it behind the yellow, Marco Fu. Oh no, sorry, it was Ronnie O'Sullivan who played it behind the yellow. Now for Marco Fu again, hits the left cushion just above the middle pocket, brings it into the reds again. This could be early signs of a re-rack maybe. Remember, there was only one red potted so far in this fourth frame. This time it's just below the pink. And Ronnie actually would have to get the angle right here because there's no reds above the cue ball to bring it back to the top of the table. So, unless there's a red that he could go for to pot, you never know. Oh, lovely shot. Yeah, lovely shot. I didn't see it, but he certainly saw it. Went for the red into the middle right pocket. I didn't see that one. Now for the pink. Into the middle left pocket. Yep, no problem there. So, could Ronnie O'Sullivan be getting a bit of a gap going in this scoreline?
7.
Now for this red just above the black. Into the bottom left pocket.
8.
Now for the black. Right into the bottom right pocket. Now the red in from Ronnie into the bottom right pocket. I'm amazed we could understand the referee because he's wearing a mask with the mic, I'd imagine, next to him when announcing what the player is on. Ronnie's face doesn't look convinced at all here about what to do with this next shot. He's on a collar at the moment, and he's going to go with the yellow. It's in its original spot. Slammed into the top left pocket. The cue ball just starts to roll below the blue to its left.
18.
It's just having that vision. That's what makes a snooker
19.
player good. Now for this black. That goes into the bottom left pocket. Currently on a break of 26. And then another red should line up for the black. It's on the right hand side of the black. Just a couple of reds away from the pack at the moment. One just below the bottom right. It's the middle right pocket. And then one in line with the pink on the left hand side. Now, has he not hit that enough? He's got the black, but
34.
he's got quite a tough angle here for this red to try and get it into the bottom left pocket. It's nearly in line with that red. Has he got it? Oh, yes, he has. Yes, he has.
35.
Lovely shot. And even though he's just popped that yellow,
37.
he's left the cue ball above the pack of reds. The crowd didn't seem convinced, but actually Ronnie's left himself with a simple red.
38.
And he's, oh, it's literally in line with the blue on the right hand side. Blue still in its normal spot. Yes, he gets that blue in.
43.
Ronnie O'Sullivan might just be running away with this frame, but he's got a tough red to go for here to this bottom right pocket. And he's missed it. It just felt like he was always going to miss that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The angle just looked a bit too tough. I don't think he's left Marco through with anything there. Yeah, he hit the cushion way before the pocket. That's where it went wrong for Ronnie. He stuck his tongue out straight afterwards in reaction to the miss. Marco Fu at the table. Hits the four reds that were together. And the cue ball just above the green, but just a little bit to the right. So he's not snookered Ronnie here. But nothing potable either. He'll have to bring the ball back across to the bottom half of the table. Little kiss on the right hand side of one of those reds. Hits the green on the way up. And nearly, if there was maybe a little bit more power, that cue ball could have gone behind the brown. Just the green and the pink have its spots at the moment. Now Fu into one of the reds as he's brought it to the top cushion. That's a good shot. Brought a red up to near the midway point of the table, just underneath the middle left pocket. Marco Fu back now at the table. Yeah, looks to the roof for a moment, Ronnie. He's 42 ahead. Hits the red in the middle left. Sorry, the bottom left cushion. That's a great shot. He's played it in behind the green. Marco Fu, yet again, not really with much options. Plays it in between the brown and the green. And hits a couple of reds towards the bottom right pocket. And he's in trouble because he's hit the blue on the way back. And that has left the blue near the top right pocket. And for Ronnie to pot this red in, surely, next to the bottom right pocket. And he gets it. Hits the middle. Sorry, hits the bottom cushion. And then brings it up in line with the black. And then into the bottom left pocket.
Eight.
Pots another red into the bottom right pocket. Now for a black. That's another one. 58 ahead, 67 remaining.
16.
5 reds left. He's got a red to go for here. That's the furthest up on the table into the middle right pocket.
17.
Nicely lined up with the pink now for the bottom right pocket. And he gets that. Gets the cue ball to travel a bit to the right to then go on to the right hand side of this red.
24.
And to place it into the bottom left pocket. He does that.
24.
Now for the black again. And this should pretty much seal his third frame of the final.
31.
Pots the red again into the bottom right pocket this time.
32.
Exactly the scoreline Ronnie would be happy with going into the mid-session interval. I assume there'll be a break after this one. They normally have a break after
39.
every 4 frames at least. Pots the red. Tight angle that was on the bottom cushion. He gets it.
40.
Brings it up to the left-hand side of the black now with this cue ball. Smashes that into the bottom right pocket. Just the one red remaining before he goes to clear up the table.
47.
Lovely shot on the pink. Gets the pink now. Of course, the green and the black, sorry, the green and the blue are out of its spots at the moment. The green just I'd say a yard away from its spot originally. Now for the yellow. Blue is on the top right pocket. He hasn't hit that enough, Ronnie.
56.
Oh no, he has maybe. I get mixed up there. He should just get the green just into the pocket where the blue was nearly covering up the top right pocket as well. Now for this brown. Oh, he's missed the brown. Is it going to go into the other middle right pocket? No, it doesn't. He may not clean up the table, but he's certainly cleaning up this match so far. And after 4 frames, it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who leads at 3 frames to 1. He just needs 3 more to win this year's Hong Kong Masters. So let us know what you think in the live chat page, folks. Can Marco Fu turn this around? Still plenty of snooker to be played, but Ronnie O'Sullivan looking like the man to beat so far in today's final. Let's read some of your messages. Rigsine asking a while ago who was winning. So Ronnie O'Sullivan winning at the moment. Soho reminding everyone that's best of 11. It certainly is. We got Reza getting in touch saying, "Hi, Mr. Jamie. How are you doing, my English friend? Nice to see you again." Good to see you again, Reza. It's been a while. He also says that Marco Fu gone fight the king this time. I can't pronounce the names. I'm not sure how to read these words, but says Fu is going to make himself a legend if he won this. Yeah, certainly. Well, you never know. He had a classic match yesterday. I'm sure that would relish the moment to try and turn this match around as well. Reza saying, "Ronnie, gone make macaroni of Marco Fu." I do like a bit of macaroni cheese. Lee Ho saying, "I know it's a bit delusional, but I voted for Marco Fu anyway." Sexy Blue Forever says it was on Eurosport too, but it's not. It's Superbike, so why is it not on? Absolute joke. I know it is being shown on Eurosport. They've been showing it all week, this tournament. But I'm not sure which channel it's on. Anyway, I think we're going to take a quick break then, because this is a mid-session interval, it looks like, as both Fu and O'Sullivan had walked away from the table. So we're going to take a few minutes break, but don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the fifth frame and beyond in our live commentary of the 2022 Hong Kong Masters. And welcome back to Let's Talk Sports live commentary of the Hong Kong Masters final. We're just about to get underway for the first frame back in this new session. And it's Ronnie that has made the break. Yet again for the left-hand side of the rack. Gets it behind the green to the right of it. And leaves just one red out of the pack. So, hope everyone enjoyed their mid-session break. And Marco Fu's just gone into the reds again there. And he'll place it behind the brown. Actually a bit more towards the yellow behind on the top cushion. Played it behind the yellow again. Now with Marco Fu. So already a game of safety between these two. Lovely pot there from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Gets the first ball of the frame. Long pot into the bottom left pocket. He had to shoot it in between the brown and the green.
Green ball. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Oh, Marco Fu trying to go for his first point of the frame. Leaves it with Ronnie. He's only got the one red so far. Nice. Again, Marco Fu. Is he giving away another frame, maybe? Pots it into the bottom left pocket. And there's a black towards the right, bottom right pocket. He's just got it underneath the blue to the right of it. 3 reds out the pack at the moment. Instead, he's going to go for the blue as he comes towards the bottom table. Here we go then for the top left pocket. Yes, bit of backspin as well to be in line with... Well, he's got 2 reds to choose from. I think he'll go for the one towards the bottom left pocket. That's just underneath the pack of reds.
Seven.
So he's got this red next just to go for the bottom right pocket. Nice little tap in there. Now for the black again to the bottom left pocket. smashes that in. Somehow he avoids all the pack of reds. I don't know if he meant for that. I've got to see that again. The spin was incredible.
22.
I've never seen a shot like that before. But this is Ronnie O'Sullivan we're talking about. Now going for this red for the bottom right pocket again. So he's going to need to break them up here, I think. He's got a shot for the
23.
black again towards the bottom left pocket. Only on 24 at the moment. Still 114 left on the table. Make that 107. He gets the black. There's one red just hanging at the bottom of this pack that he seems keen for. He'll go into the reds with this shot. Only breaks up 2 or 3 that drift towards the right hand side of the bottom table. Black, oh, he didn't get it. It looked like such a simple manoeuvre
21.
for Ronnie O'Sullivan, but you never know what can happen on this table, and you can hear the crowd. They're pumped up for Marco Fu. Or you could see the ball just drifting towards, away from the pocket there. Then Ronnie reacts with his head hanging down. And he has left Marco Fu with this red, which is the furthest to the left on the bottom half table. Ooh, just gets it. He nearly missed it. Bit of a nervous moment there for Marco Fu. Could he try and wrap up this frame in this one visit maybe? Let's see. Next target's the blue. Slices that into the middle left pocket. And it comes towards the bottom half of the table.
6.
Black way off its spot at the moment. So is the green, which is placed just next to the top cushion.
Seven.
Marco Fu's having to go under the table and get the rest up again. .25 behind at the moment, 90 remaining. He's going to have to stretch it out to pot this black. Simple tap will do it. Yep. So that will get the black back in its spot.
14.
Now there's a red here just to the right of the pink, with the cue ball below it, in line to place it into the middle left pocket. And he gets it.
15.
Now for the blue.
Twenty. 21. Eight.
So he's got a possible plant here. No, he's missed it. I must admit,
Marco Fu.
I was surprised Marco Fu didn't check on the other side there, because it didn't look right. And because of that, it's cost him. And does this give a chance for Ronnie to spread the gap? He's only 5 ahead of
1.
Marco Fu, make that 6. Now for the black. 7 more added to his total.
8.
Goes for this middle red between the 3
9.
reds lined up just underneath the pink. Now for the black. And he pots that. Yeah, nice pot on the red there. So just 2 reds left on the table. Is this where Ronnie O'Sullivan gets a free frame lead? Gets the other black into the bottom right pocket. The cue ball now starts to just travel a little further up the table with
24.
1 red just below the pink and a red to the left of it. He goes for that one to the left of it.
25.
And in it goes into the bottom right pocket. But this could become a mammoth task for Marco Fu to put his name on this trophy for this year. Well,
32.
36 ahead. Now 37 with 34 remaining.
33.
A few more colours and that should do it for Ronnie for this frame. Now gets the blue before he starts getting rid of the rest of them on the table. So all of them in their positions apart from the green. That's right next to the top cushion. Smashes the yellow.
40.
A lovely £100,000 check, whoever wins this today, let's not forget. He hits the green on the
Ronnie
cushion.
O'Sullivan,
Tries to play safe, but it doesn't really matter because Marco Fu has conceded the frame. So Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4-1 up now. There was a chance there for Marco Fu to turn it around in that last frame and to just be 1 behind. But it is Ronnie O'Sullivan who leads at 4 frames to 1. He just needs 2 more now to win this year's Hong Kong Masters. Ryan Barkley has got in touch saying, could you give shout out for Margie the pigeon? She's listening. Hello Margie. Quite a nice name for a pigeon. It suits a pigeon, doesn't it, actually? But yeah, happy to do shout outs here on the live stream. So we're just waiting for the next frame to begin. It's 4-1. It's the end of frame 5. We got Pepe Pepper saying hello, hello there. We did have a message from one of our moderators before of Jamie Burgoyne. I'll just read that in a minute. I can't get the message up, but Burgoyne mentioned something interesting before, you know, could snooker follow cricket and do something like the 100, you know, where there's fireworks, have it as a bit of a party to kind of maybe interact with the younger audiences to get them into the sport. I mean, we kind of have that already, don't we, really? We have the shootout, which they have normally in Coventry. I don't know when it is this season, but normally it's in November time, which is basically you've got shots that you've got a time limit on each shot or something like that. You've got 30 seconds to take each shot. And it's quite a good little event. I've not watched much of it in the past, I'm not going to lie. But it's certainly something that they've tried to use to interact, I think, with younger audiences. Probably not used enough, because pretty much most of the snooker calendar is just normal snooker tournaments, whether that's in China, Hong Kong, Germany, England, Wales, you name it. We've got Sam Memmy saying, "Hey mate, great to see you covering this for those who haven't got Eurosport Player." Dean says, "Asia, welcome back to World Snooker. We've missed you." Yeah, there seems to be some of you thinking that it's not on Eurosport. I don't know. I'd assume it would be. I know they've got a few channels out there. There's a couple of Arsenal fans in the stands. I would imagine they'll be watching that game after this one finishes. They play Liverpool today at 4:30 UK time. Anyway, the next frame is just about to begin. And Ronnie, it was Marco Fu who made the break. Ronnie has just approached the table. He's hit one of the reds into the bottom cushion to bring it up above the blue. Cue ball on the bottom cushion at the moment. I thought for a moment Marco Fu was trying to do a double on one of the reds there. It just missed the middle left pocket. I think he was more going for safety anyway. You can't take much risks now, Marco Fu. Not unless he has to. Being 4-1 down to Ronnie is not going to be easy to turn around. So Marco Fu's turn on the table. We've got a couple of reds on the top half already. Couple just to the right of the pack that have separated. One in line with the pink on the right hand side. Pink just a little bit off its spot, and then just this red on the left hand side of the table, which Marco Fu goes for. He tries to play in behind the black, and that's a nice little safety shot there. But there is that red that I mentioned to the right of the pink. Does Ronnie O'Sullivan have the angle here to get into the middle right pocket? Oh, he's just missed it to the left. He did go for it, Ronnie, but he missed. Now, has this opened up a chance for Marco Fu to strike? So the yellow is on the line of the D to the left of the yellow. There's a red he could go for in the middle right pocket. And he's gone for it. And that's in. Nice and smooth there. From the home favourite. I mean, the only colour he's got as an option here is to the black. It's on the left of the black. Going for the bottom right pocket. And he gets it. He does play snooker very calm and collective, Marco Fu. I remember being at the Welsh Open snooker, I think it was, in Cardiff back in 2016. He was there just reading the newspaper and drinking his tea while also in his snooker gear. I can't remember if he just won the match or if he was waiting for his match to start. But he was, you know what Marco Fu's like. He sometimes likes to wear a nice cream waistcoat and white shirt. He was very bright that day. Meanwhile, Marco Fu currently on 14. Ronnie on 0. And he placed the cue ball into the pack of reds there, Fu, but he's got a red on its own that he can go for. Won't be an easy shot, this. And he gets it. Had to use the tip of his cue at the top of the cue ball to to make that shot. And that's not full control, so that was never going to be an easy shot, but he achieved it. Now for this pink. Into the middle left pocket. Now on 21.
Only one.
The next is another red. Bottom right pocket. There you go.
22. Nine.
Now Marco Fu going for it again, this red. This time for the bottom right pocket. Bit of a backspin there to bring it all the way back to the top half of the table.
30.
Ooh, as he hit it a bit too hard. It's just gone a little further ahead of the green. Can he pot it? Or will he play it safe? Oh no, he gets it. That's a great shot. It's hit the pack of reds. The crowd like it. And I think I quite like it as well.
33.
There is a red just the furthest at the bottom that he could get the edge onto for the bottom right pocket. It's just above the black. He's having to get the rest out to make this shot. And he's got it. He's got a good angle on the pink here. If he sees it, I'm sure he does. And he's got that. Now, does that pink get in the way of that red he could have gone for? No, he should be okay.
40.
So he's going to aim for this red into the left bottom pocket. Simple tap in there. In line with the black again. Currently on 41, Marco Fu, while Ronnie O'Sullivan is on 0. 98 remaining. So still 7 reds. No, sorry, 8 reds, that is, on the table. One just below the yellow. One red towards the bottom left cushion, just near the middle left pocket. And all the other reds, 4 around the pink at the bottom and 2 to just on the right above as well on the pink. Another red into the pocket there for Marco Fu. Now for the black. Hitting it from the left. Another 7 points. So 57 ahead. After potting that red
57.
into the middle left pocket. So he's got this black to go for now. That'll be another 7. And that should really get him on set to win this frame. Oh, how he needed to win this one.
64.
After losing the last 3 frames. He's got a straight red to go for here. And he gets it.
65.
Nice and smooth as always from Mr. Fu. Another good shot. This time into the middle left pocket for the blue. And that applauds means that he is now on course to win this frame, because Ronnie O'Sullivan would need a snooker or two. Oh, lovely pot on that red.
71.
Pot's the pink.
$77. $78.
Oh, has Marco Fu potted the cue? Or no, he hasn't. He's all right. Not that it would have mattered. As I said, Ronnie needs a few snookers.
85.
Now for the red. And he gets it.
86. $91.
And there's another red. Oh, lovely. Good little snooker to watch here from Marco Fu. This will certainly help his confidence. And you can hear that woo in the crowd. It's just good to see the home favourite get at least another frame.
98.
Tries to go for the red with smashing it around the cushions.
98.
He knew he wasn't going to pot that, but just trying to entertain the crowd. So 4 frames to 2 now for Ronnie O'Sullivan. The gap decreased a little bit for now. But of course, that means there's only 5 frames left in this final. Will we go the whole way, or can Ronnie O'Sullivan get it done in the next 2 frames? Because he only needs 2 more frames. Let's read some of your messages on the live chat page. Ryan Barkley saying thanks for the shout, no worries. Paul says Ronnie to win 6-1. I imagine that was before the last frame was just played, but yes, sadly, it won't be at 6-1, I'm afraid, Paul. Yeah, a lot of you seem to have problems with Eurosport. It doesn't seem to be showing the match at all. Pombear says it's weird. TV Guide says it's on Eurosport too, but it isn't. Cad asking if it's first to 6. That is correct. Adrian Wright saying world number 1 versus number 100. Yeah, it's quite mad to think that. Cad saying, is this a ranking event? You know how Ronnie loves those ranking points. I mean, this is a World Snooker Tour event, so I'd imagine so, but I need to actually have a look. I'm not sure. Adrian White says, no, only 8 invited to play, so not ranking. Oh, okay. Cad says, Ronnie always does well in China and the special events. Someone's put, he has a thing for China. He played a classic Chinese music for his entry some years ago. Dean says, Marco deserves some respect. He's a proper player with 3 rankings and heaps of finals. Exiled for the last 3 years, he's a class act. Completely agree with you, Dean. I mean, I think Marco Fu is one of those players that has been at the top. You know, he's been a well-known player for the last, I'd say 10 to 15 years at least. And sadly for him, COVID has paused his career really. But look what happens. Hong Kong Masters comes around. He gets the opportunity to play in it, and he's really made the most out of it by reaching at least the final. You know, he could still win this. This match ain't over yet. Needs to win 4 more frames, while Ronnie needs 2 more. I'm just checking if there's any live scores in the other snooker matches. So, at the moment, there are just 2 matches going on in the Scottish Open qualifiers. Mohamed Asif is 2-0 down to Graham Dott. Hymanshu Dinesh Jain is 2-1 up against Jimmy White. I think the Scottish Open, from the top of my head, is on December this year. Anyway, we're about to get going for this 7th frame. And it's Ronnie that makes the break. And now Marco Fu approaches the table. He hits one of the reds into the bottom cushion. Leaves the cue ball below the black on the left. Ronnie hits the cue ball into the pack of reds. Brings up to the top cushion. Nearly. I thought Fu got it. He went for one of the bottom reds from a long pot to try and get it into the bottom right pocket. He nearly got it. But as he left Ronnie with a long pot here towards the bottom left pocket, Marco Fu stays standing next to his seat. He might, who knows, he might have to sit back down if Ronnie can pot this. I don't think he's going to try and pot it. Not from the way he's approaching the cue ball. Oh, actually, maybe he will. He's changed his approach to it. Oh, he's missed it again. Long pots hasn't been his game today, to be honest, for Ronnie O'Sullivan. That's another one missed. It rolled across to the other pocket, but it didn't go in. I don't see much chance here for Marco Fu to get his first red in for this frame. Oh, as he played it behind the green. What a shot! May have been a bit of luck there, but we see a Hong Kong flag being flyed. Sorry, being waved in the stands. The crowd enjoyed that one. He shouldn't be snookered here, Ronnie, but it's obviously left him with a lot to think about. Of course, next week is the Northern Ireland Open as part of the Home Nations series in Belfast. Now Ronnie. Oh, he just gets a clip of the red to then bring it back to the top half of the table. Marco Fu taps the table with his cue there. Yeah, he liked that shot. Another big frame, this. Another good safety shot. Ronnie also does the same and taps the table as Marco Fu's brought the cue ball right back to the top cushion. now going to play for the red. Long pot. No. He's playing it safe. Marco Fu liked that shot as well, but it's a bit of a tight angle, but he could try and pot this red. The cue ball's on the bottom cushion at the moment, near the right pocket. He's looking at it. No, it's hit the cushion on the way. What have you done, Marco? That seems like a very careless shot. He's kind of laughing it off, but really that might... It's shots like that. It was always a risk. I mean, I was mentioning it. Should he go for it? And he did. But now Ronnie pots the first red of the frame. I think Marco Fu might kick himself for that. You can sometimes take risks in the earlier frames, but we're getting to the point now where Ronnie's just 2 away from winning this match.
Eight.
Remember to get your messages in on the live chat page. We'll read some of it out when we can. And if you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Ronnie now on the black. We'd love to reach 11,000 subscribers. You can help us get us there by clicking that subscribe button. Now for this red for Ronnie. Gets into the bottom left pocket. Currently on 17. Smashes that black into the bottom right pocket. He was just about to play another red there, but he's just taken a step away from the table. He's come back now, Ronnie, to slot this into the bottom right pocket, and he does that. Backspin towards it to play it just above the blue and to try and pot it into the bottom right pocket. Nice pot there from Ronnie.
31.
Another red in. Another black to go for here. Another one into the bottom right pocket. Goes into some of the reds near the original pink spot.
38.
Has a red to go for here into the bottom left pocket.
39.
Now for the black. Can you get this red? No problem, says Ronnie O'Sullivan.
47.
So he's 47 ahead, 98 remaining. Now 54 ahead, gets the black. But all of this set up for Ronnie after that terrible miss from Marco Fu on the red. I say terrible, that's probably a harsh word, but I think when you look at the context of knowing that he's 4-2 down, you know, can he afford to make those risks? That is the question. But at this rate, Ronnie O'Sullivan will just be within touching distance of winning the Hong Kong Masters. He pots the pink. Now for the red. And he gets that.
62.
And he pots the blue into the middle left pocket. Now for these red, there's
67.
should pot it, no problem. Lines it up for the pink into the bottom left pocket. He gets that. He goes back towards the 4 reds that are lined up nicely for him to just pot at least one of them.
74.
But he is now ahead where snookers are required if Marco Fu is to somehow win this 7th frame. But it looks as though Marco Fu is going to be in one of those impossible scenarios where you've got to win every frame available now to
82.
upset your opponent.
83.
We've been playing for around 2 hours, including a mid-session interval. It's been a nice evening shift for Ronnie O'Sullivan so far.
90.
Now for the red into the middle right pocket. Just 2 reds remaining now. Currently on a break of 91. We haven't had a century break yet in this final. Now the black to make it 98, just 2 away.
98.
And the red is in. Looks as though he's going to line it up for the pink.
99.
This and he'll get up to 105. And there we go. First century break of this final.
105.
It's almost... Oh, he's missed the red there on the top right pocket, but he won't care.
105. And the friend?
He is just 1 frame away now, Ronnie O'Sullivan, from winning this Hong Kong Masters. Marco Fu steps away from the table for now. He's got a big time to think now to try and turn this around. He's got to win every frame available. Just 4 frames left in this final if it goes all the way. But the way Ronnie O'Sullivan is playing at the moment, he is no doubt going to be the favourite to take home the crown. But while we wait for the next frame to start, the 8th frame, we're going to just read some more comments. But we'll do that after this quick ad break. So, let's just read some of your messages. Dave says, "Hi Jamie, greetings from Macau, and thank you very much for keeping us up to date with your lovely commentaries." Oh, thanks very much. We got Akira asking, "Where's the live stream?" So this is a live watch along / commentary. So that's what it is. It says it in the title of the video. Dave says that he wished he could see the match in person, but unfortunately, zero COVID policy in Macau is super conservative, and I'd have to quarantine for 7 days on my way back. Dave also says the environment seems wonderful there in a way. Cheers from Dave, all the best. Well, thanks for tuning in, Dave. Eric Nalven says, "I don't see anything." That's because this is a live commentary to try and give you audio description of the match. We're just looking at the live poll, which is more and more towards Ronnie O'Sullivan every time we check it here on this stream. 71% for Ronnie O'Sullivan to win the final. Marco Fu at 29%. I'm sure many will go for Ronnie O'Sullivan now if they haven't voted yet, with him being one frame away. What a dozy asks is if there's going to be any events in Australia. I mean, this is it. We do normally have the Australian Open. I'm just checking the calendar now, actually. Let's have a look. Not on the current World Snooker calendar. No. Just checked it now. There's nothing there at the moment, I'm afraid. UK Championship's on a lot early this time. It's... So I know the qualifiers. I'm reading that completely wrong. I don't actually know when the UK Championship is. Oh, right. 12th to 20th of November. So they're making sure it's on just and finished just before the World Cup starts on 20th of November. So anyway, here we go then. Could this be the final frame? Marco Fu breaks. Ronnie, with his first shot at the frame, just plays it safe as well and brings it up to the top cushion. In behind with the yellow just to the left of it. I mean, I think for Hong Kong's sake, we would love to see a bit more snooker. Hopefully for those, it's not the last frame. But they've still been able to at least watch a couple of hours of world-class snooker. Marco Fu's shot there has just replaced the green on the D. Nudges that green out the way a little bit. There's a red just in line with the blue to the right of it. Can Ronnie actually go for that? Oh, just missed it. He did go for it. As he left it on for Marco. The red that he tried to pot hit the bottom left cushion. And it started to drift a bit too far away from the bottom left pocket. But maybe, just maybe, it's enough still for Marco Fu to slice it in. And no problem whatsoever there. Goes into the pack of reds. And just comes out of it away from the reds. Does that disrupt Marco Fu's flow here? First point on the board. There is the black there towards the bottom left pocket. He's going for the blue ball. The referee's just announced it. Oh, he's just missed the blue. Yeah. Just didn't. It was just when it hit that pack of reds for Marco Fu. The black was sort of there. He didn't have full vision of the black from where the cue ball was, but he didn't take that risk. He took a risk in the last frame and it cost him the frame. So now the cue ball is pretty much on the cusp of the middle left pocket. There's a red here for Ronnie to go for. Oh, he's missed that. Didn't get enough on the angle. That's not like Ronnie O'Sullivan. A lifeline maybe for Marco Fu here. Here he comes up on the right-hand side of the table. Oh, and he's missed as well into the middle left pocket. Hit it to the right. Looking at the reds, though, for Ronnie as he walks around the table, I don't see any obvious shots for him to go for here. He's looking around. He could try and slice this red into the bottom left pocket. He's going for it. Oh, and he's got it. That's a great shot. He had to get the cue ball to travel across around the table afterwards. Has he set himself up for a colour at least? It's a great shot. It's all about the placement afterwards. He's got this brown. Slices that into the top. No, he doesn't. I was going to say top right pocket. But he didn't have enough on the angle. And he'll go back to his seat for now. So just 1-1 in this frame so far. They clearly love Ronnie here. They love watching his reactions on the screen. Marco Fu, good shot there. Pots the red into the middle left pocket. He's going to go for that brown that Ronnie couldn't pot. There was people shouting in the stands though. Luckily it doesn't disrupt Marco. Oh, he nearly popped the cue ball into the middle left pocket. But it stays out and Marco Fu continues his break. Now for this red onto the right of the pink. To the bottom right pocket.
6.
And now for the black. Into the opposite pocket.
Team.
Marco Fu now for this red.
14.
Now for the black. Straight into the bottom right pocket. Lovely shot. Well, he needs to get a comeback going, and this is the start he would probably want.
Two.
He's just pot the green.
25.
Now for this red into the bottom left pocket. Oh, he's missed it. And it lays on the bottom cushion.
25.
Oh dear. He was on 26. Oh, frustrating for Fu. Let's see what Ronnie does with this. No problem with the red. He pots that.
1.
Now for the black to get it into the bottom right pocket. 7 reds left on the table. The black is in. So yeah, only 17 behind for Ronnie.
8.
Pots the red.
9.
And now for the black.
16.
Slices, edges that red into the middle right pocket. Now pots the yellow into the top left pocket. Or he gets that red into the bottom right pocket. So, 5 reds left. Only 5 behind. Going for this pink now to lead the frame. Gets that into the bottom right. And all the reds are pretty much near enough together. Kind of forming a star shape, actually.
26.
Right next to the pink. Simple slot in there for that red.
27.
Now for the black.
34.
So 9 ahead. Still 59 left on the table with 4 reds left. Ronnie in control at the moment. Oh, just gets that red.
35.
I thought he hit it too wide there, but it just slotted in. Now for another black. And there it goes into the bottom right. It then drifts the cue ball just above the pink and the 3 reds. Pink in its original
42.
spot. Now the red. But this could be the break that wins him the tournament. Now on a break of 50 after potting the black.
50.
Charles Bronson says game over.
51.
Oh, he's missed it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 51.
Just watching the replay, but I had to go for a long putt for that pink. He was quite off it actually for that top left pocket. Marco Fu needs to get himself going now. He pots this red into the middle.
1.
So he just need, if he gets this black in, he'll be 18 behind and around 27 remaining, and he gets that. So it's just colours left now for Marco. He does a great shot to line up the yellow.
8.
Wow. Who'd have thought we'd have another frame? I thought Ronnie had sealed it pretty much. Let's see how he goes though. He's got to get these in. The yellow is in.
10.
So the brown and the green and the black are in their spots. The blue isn't and the pink isn't. I'll say where they are when it comes to it. So the green's in, just the brown, and then he has to... This is going to be interesting because the blue is just below the middle left pocket near the cushion. So he pots the brown.
17.
Okay, so it's near enough to the black and nearly in line above the black. It's just to the left above the black. Oh, I don't know, Marco Fu. He's left himself with some work here. It's not just about trying to pot it, it's also trying to not leave anything for Ronnie. Does he do the double? Does he smash it into the cushion and then hope that it goes into the middle right pocket? Could you really risk it all for that? He's going to try it. Oh, it's an unbelievable shot. He's got it. Wow. How to save yourself.
22.
That's one way of doing it. The man has got guts like steel. He's got to go for this pink now. And he pots that. So he's got to pot this black to win the frame and to still remain in this match. After what looked to be game over, in the words of Charles Bronson in our live chat page. And he gets the black. He knows he was a bit lucky there, Marco Fu, but that doesn't matter. He's still in this match. The final will stay for another frame at least. So it's Ronnie O'Sullivan 5, Marco Fu 3. Ronnie still needing 1 to win. But it just shows, doesn't it, that momentum like that could just become a thing for Marco Fu. And who knows, could that pink that Ronnie O'Sullivan missed change everything in this final? Who knows? Let's find out what you think in the live chat page. Pitar asks, are you planning to do commentary full snooker tournaments in this season? We tried to do at least the big ones, so the World Championship, the Masters and the UK Championship. So we will try and do as much snooker as we can. There's not many of us that does the snooker on Let's Talk Sport, so we try and do it whenever we can. But if you do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport, folks, you will be kept up to date on the future tournaments that we'll be covering in snooker. If you love your football as well, we do that. We also do a bit of F1, MotoGP, so golf as well, tennis. So be sure to subscribe just to be able to be kept up to date for our future streams. We got Madhu saying, greetings from India. Would this stream live the ongoing match or only commentary, Jamie? So just commentary for this. As it says in the title of the video, it is a watch along. Yeah, Sahar also said game over just after Charles Bronson said it, but it's not over yet. Mike Barrett has joined the stream. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well. Sahar says, Rocket going to be champion 2022, Hong Kong Master. Well, we'll see. He still needs to win one more frame. Aussie Johnny says, come on, Ronnie. Australia is with you. Johnny saying, Ronnie always gave his opponent a chance. Yeah. It's hard to disagree, really. We saw it in that, I think it was the third session of the 4 sessions that they had in this year's World Snooker Championship. And Ronnie had a terrible afternoon, but then come like the start of the final session of the final, he won pretty much like the next 3-4 frames or something like that. So yeah, Ronnie does do that. He does make you feel like there's still a chance for his opponent, which he's done here by missing that pink. Because if he hadn't missed that, I think we'd be all done and dusted, and we probably would have ended the stream by now. Dean says, welcome back to the top table, Marco. I'm sure that you'll reflect on this with so many positives. Now get back to the crucible. Mike says, Ronnie could throw this match away if he is not careful. Johnny also says, wish Marco all the best. Well, anyway, here we go. Then he'll need as much wishes as possible and support now as we get ready for this 9th frame. Will this be the final frame, or could this... Because every frame that Marco Fu can grab, it puts more pressure on the world champion. Oh, he just clips the red, Marco Fu, after Ronnie O'Sullivan's break. Brings it up just near the top right pocket. Now is Ronnie thinking of going for maybe a long pot here for this red? No, he isn't. He's looking elsewhere. He clips the same red as Marco Fu did in his previous shot. Brings it up to the table. Marco Fu then now goes into the reds. Still gets the cue ball behind the green. It's a good shot. But there is a line of sight for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, Ronnie playing another safety shot there, and oh, it nearly went into the pocket with the cue ball. He avoids a foul. I don't think Ronnie's made any fouls in this final. We've only seen one century break, and that was from Ronnie O'Sullivan. 250 plus breaks from both players. 5 for Ronnie and 2 for Marco. So what will Marco Fu do with this shot then? He's going to have to bring it across the table. Ooh, went into some reds there, and one of the reds came out of it and nearly went into the bottom right pocket. Now then, the furthest red to the left is a possible pot here for Ronnie. He currently has the cue ball positioned just below the yellow in its original spot. Oh, he's missed the red. But he's going to get it behind the pack of reds, so I don't know if Marco Fu can actually pot that red. Has he got lucky there? Oof. The cue ball hitting side to side inside that pocket, but it just couldn't go in. As I said, Ronnie's long pots haven't been the best, and it cost him the last frame with that pink. Well, there's a red. That red that Ronnie couldn't get is now left for him to go for. He's got to take the shot, though, from the top of the cushion. Oh, you could see it from the moment even before he took the shot. It looked as though he got his angles completely wrong with how he positioned his cue. And he missed it. And he's popped the red there, Marco Fu. It's a great shot. Still in a bid to try and come back from this. He knows he got a little lucky in that last frame, but he'll take as much luck as he can get right now. And he gets the pink as well. So he's currently on 7. The first points on the board for this frame. Just waiting for the pink to get put back on its spot. Referee just making sure it can go back there with it in the middle of some of the reds. It's actually not back on its spot. It's just a little south of the spot because there's a red covering most of it. But the referee, according to the rules, has to get it as close as he can.
7. 8.
Now for this black. Every shot matters now for Marco Fu. Doesn't seem happy with where the cue ball's been left there. It's on the black spot. So again, just like what the referee just did a moment ago with the pink, he's going to have to just put it as close to the spot as he can with that cue ball covering most of the area. And because of that, it's right on the cue ball. That doesn't leave a red for Marco Fu that are underneath the black. He's in a bit of bother here. So Marco Fu hits the red onto the right cushion to bring it back to the table. Safety was only the option there for Mr. Fu. So Ronnie back at the table. Goes into the red above the pink. And the cue ball comes back to the top half. It hits the yellow on the way, and it goes onto the left cushion. Greg Livingston asking how many frames left. So 2 more after this current one, if Marco Fu's to win this frame. Ronnie hits one of the reds, and then we'll play it onto the top cushion. Good shot. Great shot. He hasn't snookered Marco, but he certainly hasn't got a red to pot either. I'll tell you what, shut up, commentator. Oh, nearly. Nearly got the red in somehow. But he's left it just to the left of the bottom right pocket. It'd require going into the cushion probably for Ronnie on the left-hand side of the red. But let's see. He's just walking around the table at the moment. And he comes back to the cue ball. And he's got it. But has it left him with a colour to pot? It's a tight one. And he's just trying to play it safe.
1-0 osullivan.
Certainly not snookered Marco Fu, but just tries to play it behind the brown. Fu hits one of the reds into the bottom cushion. It's a good shot. He brings it all the way back up to the top left corner, near the top left pocket. Ronnie does the same and brings it back to the top cushion. According to Johnny, he says that Marco Fu taught the foreign players, so like Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Egan's and Mark Williams, who all took part in this tournament, told those foreign players how to use the damn Leave Home Safe app for an hour. I think he deserves to survive till the deciding frame. Well, that's all about performance, though, on the table, not about what you've done for your friends. Ronnie misses his red. He should be okay because it's drifting behind the green at the top of the table. I think some of the crowd members thought he was going for that red, or maybe it was a safety shot. Only he knows. Oh, is Marco Fu going to get the red? Yes, he does. And it's a good placement as well. He's played, so this is the first time in a while we've seen the cue ball left on the bottom half of the table. Oh, Ronnie's going to go for something interesting here. No, he's not. Foo's turn. Oh, really is interesting watching these two go for long shots and then playing them onto the bottom three reds that we're seeing on this bottom cushion. So as you can see, well, so you can't see at the moment, that's the whole point of this live commentary, but Ronnie currently on 1, Marco Fu on 15 in this 9th frame. Goes into the reds. Ronnie, as he left Marco Fu, if anything, the white continues to travel back to the top of the table. He sticks his tongue out again. Yeah, Ronnie liked that safety shot from Marco Fu. Bringing it back to the top of the table. Of course, this is when you could play safety shots forever between two players. It's just who breaks first. That's the question. So now Ronnie O'Sullivan's go. He was on the other side of the table for a moment just to look at what to do. Oh, Ronnie tried to go for the long putt, but he misses it. Tried to go for the bottom left pocket. Marco Fu taps the table with his cue, though, saying that it was a good shot, but there is a red there that Marco Fu could go for if he likes to take the risk. It's not far from the bottom right pocket. Requires a long putt. Instead he tries to play it safe. Nearly had one of the reds roll into the bottom left pocket. Ronnie liked that shot as well. You can tell there's a lot of respect between these two. "27 matches they've played each other. This is the 28th meeting. Ronnie just asking the referee to clean his cue ball for a moment as he walks to the bottom half of the table to just look at the reds around. Still 12 reds left on the table. Yeah, Ronnie plays another safety. I think Ronnie's happy for Marco to try and make some risks. I think he's inviting him to take the risks. Ronnie knows he's still 2 frames ahead. Oh, Marco Fu just slammed it there. It's like he lost patience. I think patience had gone there for Marco Fu. Smashed that red completely. It was too powerful to try and get it into the bottom right pocket. Ian 14 says 8 finals in the last 2 seasons for Ronnie O'Sullivan. 6 losses and 2 wins. Here he is now. And he gets the red. It's been a few minutes of safety shots between the two, but could we now start seeing a break again? Ronnie O'Sullivan currently on 2, while Marco Fu's only on 15. So here comes Ronnie now with the blue into the middle left pocket. Nice pot.
Six. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
So only Ronnie could get 6 from that break. So still 8 behind. Had to do my maths then. And Marco gets a red to start this break.
1.
Yeah, Marco Fu just pots that black there. It certainly would make this final very interesting if he wins this next frame. To only go 1 behind. Still a few reds to go and such, but let's see. Slices one of the reds into the bottom left pocket.
9.
He's on 31. Now with the pink, that makes it 36. Sorry, no, black. It was a 7 there for him.
Seventeen.
As I said before, Ronnie O'Sullivan's never beaten Marco Fu in a final. Marco Fu making that stat stay a bit longer at least. He's on 40 now with Ronnie O'Sullivan on 7. But Marco Fu didn't look very pleased with that last shot. He should get this black in though. And he's got it. Is that red just beyond the black a bit too much of a problem for Marco Fu to pot? No, I think he can get to it. And he should edge that at a certain angle to the bottom left pocket. And he does so.
33.
Ronnie O'Sullivan sitting there with his arms folded, sitting back. Maybe he expects to lose this frame.
40.
.48 ahead. Another red goes in for Marco Fu, and all the reds now. There's 5 reds left on the table, and they're all pretty much on the bottom cushion. 4 of them together in the middle bottom cushion, and then just that red near the bottom right. For now, he's just got to pot this black, and he does so. There's that red on the bottom cushion on its own. You feel like this is an important red here. And he's got it. Lovely jubbly there from Marco Fu.
49.
Yeah, from Ronnie's body language, I think he's already conceded the frame. And now the black. Yep. 64 ahead, 59 remaining. Oh, he's missed the red.
Marco Fu, 56.
Now, Ronnie O'Sullivan requires a snooker. He'll pot this red and just tap it in because it's right at the pocket.
1.
Now on for the black, but let's see what he does. So he's on 8. 58 remaining. Pots the black, but he's not done well there because he was hoping to break up the reds on the bottom cushion and bring them a bit further up, but that's not happened.
8.
Oh, he's playing safe.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
So Ronnie's not conceding the frame just yet then as Marco Fu comes back to the table. Goes into the 3 reds. He at least breaks up one of the reds to go towards the bottom right pocket. He didn't get it in, but that's where it is. It's just above that pocket. Ronnie misses it. Ronnie happy to play the long game, it would seem. Oh, lovely shot from Marco Fu. Slots the red past in between the pink and the blue, and then to find it, get in between the brown and the green, and then into the top right pocket. That should do it now. I'll be surprised if, even if Marco missed this next shot, I'd be quite surprised if, yeah, he's conceded the frame. So, it's still on this final. It's 5-4 now to Ronnie O'Sullivan. But he's lost the last 2 frames. And Ronnie O'Sullivan has to be careful now. He's got Marco Fu just over his shoulder in an attempt to turn this round and win the match at 6-5. We shall see. 2 more frames to play, but will there only be 1 more or 2 more? We shall see. But anyway, the players have just walked away from the table to take a quick break. I don't know if it's another interval, to be honest with you. Maybe there is. Don't know. But we'll read out some more messages. Harewood says it could be 1 frame decider this match now. Ian Fortain saying Ronnie lost to Selby twice in finals from 3 up with 4 to play. Yeah, let's not forget that World Snooker Championship final in 2014. Ronnie had it in his hands to win 3 World Championships in a row, but he lost it at the end and Selby fought back. Big night that was for Mark Selby. That was when he won his first ever World Championship. Ian 14 saying pressure on Ronnie. This is when he gets frustrated and cracks. We've not seen much frustration from him in terms of his face or body language, but yeah, as we said early on in this stream, Ronnie O'Sullivan is known for losing good leads in a final or in any typical match. He is known for it. But could Ronnie O'Sullivan be teasing him and then wins this frame? Who knows? But anyway, folks, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back for the 10th frame to see whether or not Ronnie O'Sullivan will seal this championship or if Marco Fu will make sure it goes all the way to a final frame decider. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back very shortly. And welcome back. I thought maybe there was a break, but there wasn't. And they're back on the table. And the frame has begun. Marco Fu. Oh! Nearly popped the red into the bottom left pocket. And he looks away quite annoyed as he goes and sits back on his chair. Ronnie should pot this red in, no problem. It's just all about where he leaves the cue ball next. But as we remember, Marco Fu needs to at least win one more frame to take it to a final frame decider. So Ronnie should just get this red in. He does so. Where does the black go? Or just misses the middle left pocket. Now for the blue. Slots that home. Ronnie lost the last two frames
6.
and was on the verge of winning the match at 6-2, but then he missed a long pot on the pink, and Marco Fu was able to clear the table to keep this final going. He's just asked for the referee to, I think, to clean the cue ball. Yep. Now for the red into the bottom left pocket. And he gets that. The black way out of its position at the moment, so he's having to play the cue ball up towards the blue. It's on the left-hand side of the blue at the moment. Now going to hit it towards the middle right pocket, and that goes in. There's a red, the furthest up, just underneath the middle pocket. Middle left pocket, that is. And he gets that one. Could this be the break that wins in the match and the championship? And he does pot the blue. Still the black's where it is on the left cushion, just above the middle left pocket.
19.
And he's a little, I don't know about this angle that Ronnie's just played, but he's below the blue on the right hand side. The only colour he can really go for, because all the reds are still back. He's going to go and hit into the rack. Oh, yes. Position nicely, one or two of them.
24.
Some of them staying with the pink, but he was able to break some of them away. And he pots a very tight red. Good shot. Again, he's going to play the next one on the blue. With that black still out of its position on the cushion. There's nothing Marco Fu can do. All he could do is sit there and hope that he revisits this table. Another red for Ronnie. This time into the bottom right. Cue ball now literally in line with the blue. Ian 14 said before that Betfair have got 4-1 for Marco Fu to win. Might be worth a flutter. I think the odds will be even higher now looking at how this frame's going. Because Ronnie O'Sullivan is on a mission to wrap this up. He's now on 36. Marco Fu hasn't got any points yet in this frame.
6.
Remember as well, folks, before this match finishes today, that you subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Click that subscribe button. We're hoping to get to 11,000 subscribers. It's you lot that make that happen.
37.
I think we'll be back next week. So after next weekend, we'll be doing a bit of coverage of the Northern Ireland Open in the snooker. That all takes place in Belfast. He's just popped the blue. Ronnie O'Sullivan again.
42.
Now going for another red in the pack next to the pink. It's the last one on the line of the red there for Ronnie to putt, and he gets it.
43.
Lovely hit towards the bottom cushion for the cue ball. May have hit it a bit too hard, I'm not sure, because he's gone a bit beyond the blue, and the options are either brown or green for him, really. I guess the question is, which one does he go for, and which one would give him a better position for the next red?
Six.
He's going for another red. And he's going for the blue again.
47.
This time it's gone just a little above the blue. So he's on 47. Pots the blue. It's another good shot. His face language doesn't look keen or convinced, but either way, he's getting the shots right at the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's on 52. And that means he's 52 ahead. 75 remaining. Nice pot on the red. Lovely drag back with the cue ball back onto the blue. Well, it was a big ask for Marco Fu when he was 5-2 down, but he got 2 frames back. But now it looks as though maybe, just maybe, Ronnie's about to win. He's popped the red again. He's going for blue again. Black hasn't moved
59.
in a while because it's still on that cushion just above the middle left pocket. Yeah, lovely shot. Hits it into the pink to open up the red underneath it. Drags the red down a little bit. Oh, and he just gets that red.
65.
Bit of a nervous moment there. So he's 65 ahead, 58 remaining. And he's on a break of 65, so it looks as though he's pretty much going to win this match now. Could he end it on a century break, maybe? But it just shows, doesn't it, Ronnie O'Sullivan? He's just reminding everyone that he is still one of the best.
7.
And I'm sure he would love to win his 8th World Championship. He may not sound like he's always up for winning it, but I'm sure he would love to be one of the first to reach 8 World Championships when the tournament takes place again at the Crucible in April. The red is in. Ian Fortain saying this is just an exhibition match. There's no ranking points. Yeah, but he gets $100,000 or pounds if he wins this for winning this tournament. Not a bad week's work. Pots the red.
81.
KC says, you mean the best. Yeah, yeah, you could say that. Ronnie gets the pink as well into the middle left pocket. So just the colours remaining now. Starts on the yellow.
87.
Into the top right
89.
pocket. Now the green. Marco Fu just watching on now.
92.
But hey, he still gets a bit of money for finishing runner-up. Oh, the crowd loved that.
96.
Well, here we go then, the black. What a way to win it. Brilliantly done by Ronnie O'Sullivan. He made it look difficult at the end. He gave Marco Fu a chance, but he couldn't take the chance. And Ronnie O'Sullivan has won the Hong Kong Masters of 2022. He has a quick chat with Marco Fu just after they fist pump as well. And it was a fantastic final to watch. Really enjoyed that. But that ends at Ronnie O'Sullivan 6, Marco Fu 4. So actually, funny enough, currently watching the... might have to stick with this. But anyway, do get in touch. What did you think of that? I'm just currently now got on the final frame decider between Jimmy White and his opponent, Hin Manchu. Hi Manchu, that was it. So 3-all in a final frame decider in what is the Scottish Open qualifier. But anyway, do get in touch, folks. What did you think of that? 1 in a billion says Ronnie O'Sullivan wins 75 tournaments of his career with 3 more than Hendry, and he's broke the attendance record 3 times in a week. Yeah, not a bad week. Ian 14 says there weren't many tournaments in Hendry's day. Now they play one every week. It is good to see that there's a lot more snooker now on the calendar. Just shows that there's a lot more to play for out there. Casey says he gave Fu a chance to make a match of it. That is for sure. George Clark says there's only one rocket. For the next says congratulations, Ronnie. But anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So thank you very much for watching our stream today. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan who wins the Hong Kong Masters. He gets to take home $100,000 just for a week's work. Not bad, not bad. While Marco Fu, it's great to see that man back on the circuit again. Let's hope that we see more of Marco Fu in the near future. Anyway, for now, it's goodbye. And remember to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more of your snooker streams and commentaries for the rest of the season. We'll be back next week, I'm sure, for a bit of the Northern Ireland Open, and maybe we'll do a bit of the Scottish Open qualifiers taking place this week, as they have started today and they go on until Friday. So anyway, from all of us here at Let's Talk Sport, enjoy the rest of your weekend and we'll see you soon.